Hello, Mom and Dad Meet World. So today I want to talk about this right here. This is an ESR case right here for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and I do gotta say that it is about perfect. So first things first, we did pay for this case. We did not get the case for free. So this is what I would say an unbiased review, because when we buy these cases, we want to make sure that the cases are protecting our phones, that we are going to have our phones for at least a year, and we do not want to damage them because, well, we want to get the best trade-in or best sale price possible for when we do move on from these particular phones. So this phone right here is the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Had this ever since day one, and I don't know if you can tell right here by the color, but we did get the deep blue color. You can see right here around the camera hole cutouts, but that is the color right here. And there's a lot of things to like about this case. So with the phone, we did get a screen protector, put on the screen protector from day one. And even with the screen protector, we still do have an edge. So a bigger edge on all four corners, but throughout the whole phone, we do get a little bit of a rubber lip that does go over even the screen protector. So that part I really do like. Another part that I liked, which I didn't even know I liked until I was using the Otterbox Commuter case for the iPhone 17 Pro, and that is the camera control button cover. I didn't think I would actually like the camera control button cover because I've actually read a few articles saying that the button cover didn't work well, it was finicky, but this one works absolutely just fine. So when you press the button right here, press it again, it activates the camera, and then you can actually do a light press and it will actually activate the little control toggle right here for the zoom, and you can take the picture if you would like. Again, I didn't think I would actually like that, but I would actually prefer a case now that actually does have that particular feature. Next one up is going to be this right here, and that is the MagSafe area. The MagSafe is very strong on this case, and that I do like. And not only do you have the circular MagSafe here, but then you've also got the bottom piece right here. So if you've got something like this right here or a wallet, this right here is like a moft stand. Well, it is a moft stand, and I can put it on here, and because it does have that alignment down at the bottom, it is aligned to where it is just about perfectly vertical right here. And as I said, it is a strong magnet, so it does take a little bit of force to free this moft stand from the back of this case, and that is a good thing. Have not had any issues with wireless charging. We do use MagSafe to charge this, no issues with it not charging whatsoever, even though this is a little bit of a bigger, heavier case. Next thing up that I really like, and I didn't know I'd like it until we got to use this phone right here, the 17 Pro Max, and Apple had introduced their plateau, but it's going to be this right here. So you can see right around the camera, we have got precise cutouts for the flash and then all the other sensors here along with the camera cutouts. And that part I really do like, because I have, even on the iPhone 17 Pro, with the Otterbox Commuter case, this plateau area was completely exposed, and so I had used a tempered glass screen protector to cover the lenses, to protect the lenses. And this whole plateau up here, the problem was it left a lot of bubbles, so it didn't actually lay flat, and that's a me problem, that I know, but I actually prefer the way they implement this with the protection right here. And then we do have the lenses that are still unprotected, but that's okay, because I want the highest quality camera, photo, video right out from these lenses right here without putting another piece of glass directly over top of them. That part I really do like. And with this being a bigger and heavier case, I do gotta say it makes your phone feel very secure. It's got these extra bumpers right here on the bottom on all four corners, and that feels really good. And there is a little bit of rubber around the button area, but then this is where we lead to some of the negatives, which kind of takes away when we say this is an almost perfect case, because I do gotta say I have used the Otterbox Commuter case for the 17 Pro, and I compare that Commuter case a lot to this case because they do feel very, very similar. The build is almost the same, but with that Commuter case, you do get more bits of rubber on the side for better grip. With here, you actually do get just a little bit here. It's actually got the ESR writing on here. Then you've got like this textured polycarbonate. But the thing is that textured polycarbonate doesn't give it that rubber like the grip you do get around the buttons. So the grip around the buttons, if it just had more of that around the bottom, I would think that would be a much, much better implementation. Oh, what I did forget to say as far as like the rubber around the bottom is if you take a look right here, there's also a port cover for your USB-C. It'll keep the dust, dirt, water, debris out of there. I really do like that. That was something that I forgot to mention in the plus column. But then something a little bit on the negative, and again, this is really going to be up to you. It's going to be really subjective on your preference. If you want a smaller, lighter case, this is polycarbonate on the outer, mainly polycarbonate on the outer with a little bit of rubber. But then if you actually take a look at this case, you take it out of its cover right here. Let's take the phone out of the cover. So if you take a look right here on the inside, it has like a rubber texture to it, and then you've got more rubber right here. You can see it pull apart, and then you've got the polycarbonate right here on the outer shell. So this is more like a two-piece case, but the cool thing is, I don't know if you can really tell here, but on the corners, you can actually see a little bit of, there's like an air pocket in here to help with absorption right on the corners. And then actually on the whole thing, all around the side, that rubber does help with the impact. So take a look at that right there. You can see a little bit more of that precise cover for your plateau, and then you've just got the camera cutouts and then the sensor cutouts right along the top. But again, this is not the lightest case in the world, although this is really, really light for the amount of protection, but it's not going to be anything like Apple's tech woven cases, or I know ESR does have a clear, lighter version of these that doesn't have the polycarbonates, mainly like a hard rubber, but this I really do like for the protection that it does give you for your 17 Pro Max, or if you've got your 17 Pro, or I believe even your 17. But again, we picked this up directly from Amazon, paid for it ourselves, and I think it is going to be the case that we are going to be keeping for the year. I would normally go with a Smartish case, and I really like the Smartish cases, but the only reason I did not go with the Smartish cases here, because they do have great grip around the sides, is I actually really do like this camera control button right there. I do like a little bit of protection, and I think the button actually does work really well. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hopefully this helped you out in finding the right case for you. Again, I think it's a great deal for what you get and the protection that you do get for your iPhone 17 Pro Max. All right, thanks for watching. Bye for now.